black church.
Damn. What's up, y'all? I'm just trying to get the clip ready because today is a joyous occasion, low key. Jasmine Crockett has been defeated in her Texas primary race by her fellow Democrat, James Tallarico. The whole time, Jasmine told us that the threat she faced was coming from Republicans, specifically Donald Trump. Little did she know that the true threat that she was facing was from within her own party. Why is the volume? Hold on. I got some clarity issues, but I think we'll clear up. Little did she know, there we go. Little did she know that her true threat was from within her own party, as Democrats sabotaged Jasmine's campaign and basically let her know that, look, you've done everything you could for the Democrat Party, being, with your whole ghetto act, acting like a hood rat. And now we have to go back to professionalism, still lies and dishonesty, still lies, dishonesty, and disrespect, but we have to do it in a professional manner. And so now Jasmine Crockett has been replaced by James Tallarico. He is now the guy when it comes to the Democrat Party. He is the wave of the future for the party. Let's give you guys some of Jasmine's greatest hits so you can kind of understand what led the Democrats to making this decision on old Jazzy Girl. Guys, I'm having an issue here with I don't know what the heck's going on with this thing, but let's see if we can get it together. Okay, there we go. This is better. Better. Okay.
I know black church, y'all. I know how we are, okay? And you ain't got to admit it, okay? Because I know. So you don't have to admit it. But literally, and even if we take it out of church, when we talk about black culture, I'm going to be real with you and tell you that black culture has never really been one that has embraced the LGBTQIA community. I know black church.
And this is how Jasmine Crockett started to disconnect herself from the black community. Black culture doesn't embrace the LGBTQ community. Why is that even an issue when it comes to what she's going to do or not going to do, or what the Democrats are going to do or not going to do for the African American community? Why do we always have to be why does she go in a black church? People who are Christian folks who have made it, who, if they're following the Bible, they should be condemning LGBTQ activity. Why would you go into a church supposed to be God's house and start bringing up LGBTQ issues? This tells me you're out of touch. This tells me you don't really respect black culture. You're not going to go in a Jewish temple and say, hey, it's time y'all forgave the Nazis for the Holocaust. She's not going to say that. So why is it that she goes into black houses of worship and try to impose a conversation that really should be left for outside upon black people? Let's keep going. Because she, in this same little speech she did, she also disrespected Hispanics.
What immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation with immigrants.
So she makes it seem like all immigrants or Mexicans, Hispanic immigrants can do is work on a farm, and then she tells black people, "You ain't trying to farm." Based on what I know, being a black person, there's a huge movement right now for black farmers, and black farmers are very pissed off with the federal government for what they feel is the lack of attention or neglect on behalf of the federal government for black farmers. So when you listen to the things Jasmine Crockett says, you kind of understand that she's really out of touch with the black community. She kind of takes what she thinks and she makes general blanket statements for all black people. She pretty much feels like she has us in the bag already. So what we think and what we feel and the issues that are important to us are not really that important, or only the issues that she thinks are important for us or should be important to us are really relevant. And this ultimately cost Jasmine Crockett the election, her primary election in Texas, where James Tallarico defeated her quite handily. She lost big. I believe her defeat was outside of the margin of error because point blank, plain and simple, the Democrat Party is tired of her. They're tired of that ghetto hood rat persona that Jasmine adopted. She's on stage screaming, hooping, and hollering, and everybody, including black people, know that Jasmine Crockett is fake as hell. Let's go here, and I'm gonna give you a little dose of how she used to act. Let's see who she really is versus who she decided to become.
Absolutely. First of all, it's good to see you in the new year. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress. It's just not what my plan was. But what I've always decided is that I would step up when there was a need.
Listen, he up there, he's spewing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we weren't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know.
But when she called me and said, I think it's time for me to retire, and you're the one that I believe should take my seat, I really was kind of caught off guard. I didn't anticipate that. If anyone knows anything about the Congresswoman, they know.
We showed up, and if he had some sense, then maybe we would have been about that life. But y'all know he ain't got no sense. So please give some love. This took a little bit of coordinating to do, for sure. We got some cool shirts.
You know, the congressional seat is over 4 times as large as my House seat. And I was just starting to get into the rhythm of doing constituent services and things like that.
We got Madam Williams, who just happens to have the honorary seat. It's not even honorary because she's holding it down, y'all. But the legend himself, John Lewis, that is the seat in which she currently serves. So she honored his legacy. This is the message that she wanted to send today.
Okay, so you could kind of see it's juxtaposed where Jasmine went from being a very well-spoken, articulate, intelligent woman who, in my opinion, seemed like they were a very good representative of the black community, and instead of staying with that and just being respectable and running on her record and her ability and her resume, she decided to throw on this sister girl ghetto hood rat act that basically came to an end. And now it's so crazy because Jasmine lost her seat to James Tallarico, someone who, even though I don't like his policy ideas and I don't like his position on a lot of things, you can't say that James Tallarico isn't professional. He's professional. He keeps things in line. He definitely is a huge contrast to Jasmine Crockett. And at the end of the day, people are going to elect people who they feel represent the better side of themselves. A person who is ghetto probably is not going to vote for a person who is ghetto to represent them. Only people who will do that is ghetto ass black females because they think their ability to act sassy is a strength. But people who are intelligent, people who are logically thinking, they want someone who they believe can do a better job than they can to go to Washington and represent their interests. Jasmine Crockett proved herself to not be that person, or at the least, she proved herself to be a chameleon who tries to change personas on command. It's really kind of crazy to me, but it's also kind of sad because to get replaced by someone who behaves in a way that you used to behave, to be replaced by someone who is the exact opposite of the image that you project I know that has to be disheartening. I know that has to piss Jasmine off. And I've been spelling Jasmine's name wrong this whole time. It's with an S, and I've been spelling it with a Z. I got to get that together. But she's definitely lost. And let's get to the meat and potatoes of this topic for all of you.
Millions of Americans hitting the polls yesterday for a handful of pivotal primaries last night, including key races in North Carolina, Arkansas, and Texas.
Meantime, Doug Lazader joins us live from Washington with the results. Doug.
Hey, good morning, guys. A lot of races to talk about, so let's start with that Texas Senate race that attracted so much attention and money. On the Democratic side, James Tallarico defeated Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett in that hotly contested primary. In a victory speech, Tallarico said he was going to take back Texas.
This movement is about whether the people will hold the power in this state and in this country. We launched this underdog campaign 6 months ago in my hometown of Round Rock, Texas. And since then, tens of thousands of Texans have shown up to rally with us in every corner of the state.
All right, Jasmine Crockett, meantime, cited voting issues in Dallas and said that, in her words, people have been disenfranchised. Now, we don't know yet what Republican Tallarico is going to face. The Republican race there is going to come down to a runoff in May between Senator John Cornyn and State Attorney General Ken Paxton in what is...
And that's pretty much what you need to know. James Tallarico came in, he was a professional. He was definitely considered an underdog by black folks and by everybody pretty much. But Jasmine Crockett basically undermined her own campaign because she just runs her mouth like she has diarrhea of the mouth, and she really doesn't think before she says things. Everything she accuses Donald Trump of being, Jasmine displays those traits. And the biggest part of her loss was the Latino community that came out against Jasmine Crockett in a major way because she disrespected them. I'll play it for you right here.
Let me ask you about a quote that you've made that has some Democrats worried about your ability to win statewide. In a December 2024 Vanity Fair profile, you talked about, quote, and I'm going to read a lot of the quote just to put it in the context, quote, all the complexities within the Latino community. The immigration thing has always been something that has perplexed me about this community. It's basically like, I fought to get here, but I left y'all where I left y'all, and I want no more y'all to come here. If I wanted to be with y'all, I would stay with y'all, but I don't want y'all coming to my new home. It almost reminds me of what people would talk about when they would talk about kind of like slave mentality and the hate that some slaves would have for themselves. It's almost like a slave mentality that they have. Now, about the time that that was published last year, around 1 million Latino voters in Texas were voting for Trump. Do they all have slave mentality?
No, and that's not what that said at all, to be clear. It did not say that every Latino has that type of mentality.
No, but the ones that vote for people who believe in...
That's exactly what she said. That's exactly what she said. She doesn't say, you know what, I slipped up. That's not what I meant. She says, that's not what that said. Well, we all read what it said, and you were so caught up on your moment where you got a chance to diss Trump, you made a mistake and you dissed Latino voters. Latino MAGA voters. And some of those people, obviously because of what's going on with ICE, I don't think very many of them, but because of what's going on with ICE, some of those Latino voters will jump sides and vote Democrat. But they won't vote for you because though you have a common enemy, Donald Trump, you have dissed them by basically saying that they got a slave mentality. Then you say, oh, black people, we need to let the Mexicans come here because we ain't picking no cotton. We ain't trying to be on no plantation. So you're projecting this narrative or this idea. It makes it look like you look at Latinos as slaves, which, guys, we argue all the time that Democrats want more Latinos and immigrants in this country because they want more slaves. We always talk about that because somebody has to work for damn near nothing or pennies on the dollar. We know that. We're not dumb. We know what the Democrats' position is when it comes to labor. They want people who are going to come in here and work for less. And Jasmine Crockett basically just said the quiet part out loud. She basically said what we all understand and what we all know and what we all already believe, that the Democrat Party is looking for cheap labor. And this is why and we feel that this is why the billionaire class supports the Democrats, because they want cheap labor, and people like Jasmine Crockett are ready to pass legislation to make it possible for them to get that cheap labor.
In strong or Trump's immigration policies.
So I don't believe that the people that voted for Trump believe in what they're actually getting.
So I don't believe the people who voted for Trump believe in what they're actually getting. But do you notice how Jasmine, once she was done with her sister girl routine, do you notice how she tried to be professional in that moment? Do you notice how when he called her out on her BS, she all of a sudden found the ability to be professional again? And that's what you get when you try to pretend to be something you're not. That's what you get. Now you're looking stupid trying to go back to, professionalism, being well-spoken and articulate to clarify what you meant by a statement. But now people already see you as this ghetto hood rat who, let's be real, they don't want representing them when it comes in Washington, especially as a senator. Y'all Latinos, like Ishigo said, y'all Latinos this and y'all Latinos, and I don't want y'all. And she's talking crazy. Like, you can't even understand what she's saying, really. But she's just spewing nonsense at the mouth. And she thinks that it was like, okay to bash Trump, right? But when you start bashing Trump supporters, that's when you have a problem. Because most people in this country still believe like, yo, there should be two sides to the government. There should be a balance. That's what most people believe. So when you bash the other side, people say, man, so basically what she's saying is if I disagree with anything she thinks, she's going to start bashing me. And guess what? Contrary to popular belief, or contrary to what the Democrats want you to believe, you will disagree with your elected officials on things. There will be things that they want to implement or impose that you're not cool with. So when you disagree with them, they get to just start bashing you. It's BS. It's absolute garbage. It's absolute nonsense. But you don't have to worry about Jasmine anymore because it's like, as they say, it's a done data. She's done. She's cooked. She's finished. Finito. The jig is up. It's curtains, Dutch. And it's really sad. But look at how she blames racism. Who's she? Oh, the Republicans, they're being racist. No, I wouldn't say it's the Republicans being racist. I think it's the Hispanics. And though Hispanic people do have the capacity to be racist, I don't think in this instance it was race. I believe that when it comes to the Hispanic voter, they're not going to tolerate the same nonsense that the black voter tolerates. The Hispanic voter is not going to tolerate blatant disrespect to their face and still give you the power, the mantle of power. They demand respect. See, the Democrats have become too accustomed to the African American or black vote, where we'll take disrespect right on the chin and still give them our vote. Other groups are not like that. People are like, yeah, you Latinos, they'll vote based on race. They will. But disrespect is a deal breaker for them. And too many times in the black community, disrespect hasn't been enough of a deal breaker for us. And that's why the Democrat Party feels that they can disrespect us to our face, like what you saw with Gavin Newsom, where he basically said, oh, black people, I'm stupid just like you. So that's why you should vote for me. And then tries to walk it back like, I didn't really say that. I didn't really say that. I didn't really say those things, but you did. That's not what I meant. Well, what did you mean? What did you mean, Gavin? And he can't even clarify what he actually meant. It's disgusting, in my opinion.
Primary and
It's the same. All right, we got some more. We are covering this story this morning, so we got some more for you. If I could just...
Millions of Americans hitting the polls yesterday for a handful of pivotal primaries last night, including key races in North Carolina, Arkansas, and Texas.
Meantime, Doug Lazader joins us live from Washington with the results. Doug.
Hey, good morning, guys. A lot of races to talk about. So let's start with that Texas Senate race that attracted so much attention and money. On the Democratic side, James Tallarico defeated Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett in that hotly contested primary. In a victory speech, Tallarico said he was going to take back Texas.
This movement is about whether the people will hold the power in this state and in this country. We launched this underdog campaign 6 months ago in my hometown of Round Rock, Texas. And since then, tens of thousands of Texans have shown up to rally with us in every corner of the state.
All right, Jasmine Crockett, meantime, cited voting issues in Dallas and said that, in her words, people have been disenfranchised. Now, we don't know yet what Republican Tallarico is going to face. The Republican race there is going to come down to a runoff in May between Senator John Cornyn and State Attorney General Ken Paxton in what has been a bruising primary.
Okay, so this guy, pretty much, Tallarico, he's beat Jasmine. It's a primary, so he will still have to run against a Republican to get the seat officially. Many people don't think he has a chance to win. A lot of people actually did believe that Jasmine was the better choice, but she just couldn't get out of her own way. And she's going to talk about voters being disenfranchised because in the county where she was expecting to make the biggest jump in votes, or the biggest splash when it came to votes, Dallas, there was something that was actually done by the Democrats that cost Jasmine big. And there's a lot of fuss being made over this right now. And I kind of want to get into the details of this a little more, because I want to point out how Jasmine is screaming, oh, this is racism, this is racism, this is racism. But when it when it all boils down to it, it really wasn't racism. It was just miscommunication on behalf of the Democrat Party. So I want you to join me as I play this clip from Devori Darkins, and he actually got this clip. I don't even know where he got this clip. It's such a great clip, but it basically points out what was going on. And I want you to think, is it really Republicans' fault here? Or is this just the fault of a lack of communication on behalf of the Democrat Party? Which we know that the Democrat Party is kind of like, they have no leadership. So when you have no leadership, things like this happen a lot, where there's miscommunication, there's no clear direction on anything. They run their elections, in my opinion, the same way they run their constituency. Just unorganized, stuff all over the place, and it bit him in the butt this time, in my opinion. Check this out.
Hear more on it. Take a listen.
This is a meltdown that we'll remember for some time, and this is an off-year primary, right? This is not the presidential primary. I mean, only 3 states. What if this were a general election primary and multiply the number of people at the polls today? You could imagine that part, right?
And we should actually just reiterate, almost an hour left to vote. Both sides. Everybody can vote for an hour. Yeah. There's no restriction. So get it done. If you're in line, you get to vote. So get out there and do it.
All right. So number one.
So listen to what the guy's saying. He's saying, oh, this is an election year, right? These people were told the rules to their election, and I started a little bit late. But look at this black guy talk about how Democrat incompetence, Sean Rapp, listen to him talk about how Democrat incompetence actually was the reason why a lot of voters were disenfranchised. Let me go back a little bit.
Now take a listen.
Breaking news, a couple of 3-4 things to share with you. First of all, again, reiterating, polls will be open. Only Democrat election sites will be open until 9 o'clock tonight because Republicans did not seek the same remedy. Here's what. Starting early this morning, there was confusion. Many people voting in the Democrat primary, not aware that you had to, on today, vote in your specific precinct, even though we've been telling them that for months. People did not grab that message. So they showed up at normal countywide voting centers, and then were told you can't vote here. You have to look up your location, your precinct, and go vote in your precinct. Problem was the site, the website they were being sent to for that information from the Secretary of State had some bad information on it. Some people were sent to locations that was not their home precinct. So they ended up not voting, and the complaints started coming in, and this grew throughout the day. This voice of complaining about not being able to vote grew throughout the day. So the Dallas County Democrat Party went to a judge and had a hearing, and the judge now has issued this order for the polls to stay open after 9. It's up until 9 o'clock.
Now, why is this information?
Now, if you look at the situation, the media have been telling these people, for this election, you're only going to be able to vote in your precinct. For this election, you're only going to be able to vote where, like, basically at your home voting station. That's what they were telling them. People didn't listen. Democrat voters did not listen, which I think is a characteristic of Democrat voters. They're just kind of like, they're hearing, but they're not listening. And it ended up costing Jasmine Crockett. And what do we have in Dallas County largely? African-American voters. The voters she needed to win. So it's funny how the same things that they exploit and take advantage of to win over Republicans seem to be the same things that are coming back to bite them in the butt. Let's read this. Zachary Donini. The numbers coming out of Dallas are absolutely terrible for Crockett. There appears to be significant cannibalization of her I don't know what that means, base in early voting. Tallarico is clearly favored heading into tonight. So that's just one of the scandals surrounding this election where Jasmine Crockett is attempting to blame Republican voters. But another issue that arose for Jasmine Crockett was the fact that Jasmine Crockett was not given fair airtime by political commentator Stephen Colbert, where he brought James Tallarico onto his night show, his late night show, and basically introduced James Tallarico to the public, but did not give Jasmine Crockett the same treatment, which based on the rules or laws of this nation, if you give one candidate airtime, you are required to give their opposition equal airtime so it doesn't look like you're trying to influence elections. Well, he didn't do that for Jasmine Crockett. He literally brought on James Tallarico, and when he refused to bring on Crockett, the executives at his station, they told him he couldn't release the episode with James Tallarico, but Stephen Colbert just released it on YouTube. And following the release of that interview with James Tallarico was able to raise $2.5 million just off of people finding out who he is, getting to know who he is as a candidate, and liking what he represented. So Jasmine was undermined by her own party, and now we have to add Jasmine to that long list of Democrat politicians who were sabotaged by the Democrat Party. And I keep telling people, black Democrats, the elected officials, are nothing more than the fall guys for the Democrat Party. We got Cori Bush, Nina Turner, Jamal Bowman, Fonnie Willis. We have Jasmine Crockett. Locally, we got this guy in my city, D. Andrews, a Democrat. But every time the Democrats have to cannibalize and get rid of somebody, it's always the black Democrat politician. And instead of calling a spade and saying, you know what? I don't think Democrats want black people in these positions anymore. We make up excuses and say, oh man, it's the Republicans, and the Republicans don't want the black man or the black woman there. No. Republicans don't care. They just against Democrat policies. It's the Democrats. They are replacing you. They're looking at the Hispanic vote. They're seeing that now it carries more weight than the black vote. And so they're taking the little seats that they had reserved for the black politicians, the seats they let you get, and they're handing those over to the Hispanics now. I don't think Tallarico is Hispanic, but he's closer to Hispanic than Jasmine Crockett. And he didn't say the rude, disrespectful things to the Hispanic community that Jasmine Crockett says. Guys, do me a favor. Please give me a 1 in the comment section if you can hear me and see me okay. I'm always upgrading the channel. We got the technology upgrade going on here, and I'm still learning how to work it. So just give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me okay, so I know that we are locked in. But yeah, Jasmine is in a lot of trouble, and the mainstream media, they couldn't even save her. And let's be real, they really didn't want to save her. They didn't care about her winning. They wanted James Tallarico from the gate.
Good morning, y'all. I know it's super early. Good morning, y'all. I know it's super early. Words can't express how excited you made me as I was out on the trail, working to stretch people's imaginations. It's clear that we still have a lot of work to do, even within our party, about making sure that we invest in kind of just doing the right thing sometimes. It's It's all good though. No matter what, whether it's Kim Paxton or John Cornyn, anyone would be better. I'm just saying. So again, I just wanted to say thank you specifically to the people of Dallas County. I love you so very much. And I woke up still heartbroken about everything that took place. I've got your emails. We received your phone calls about all of the confusion and the many people that just didn't get to vote. We have to fix this going forward. We should not have people being disenfranchised in 2026, even in Texas, specifically in a Democratic county.
Yeah, we have a lot of work to do within our party on doing the right thing. Dude, everyone knows what the Democrats are about. Everyone knew you weren't going to win. The same way they sabotaged Bernie Sanders, the same way they sabotage any person they don't want, whose ideas or policy ideas or lack of policy ideas they feel is going to hurt the party going forward or in the future. Jasmine, just admit it. Just admit your party stinks. And they sabotage you, a black woman, after you've given millions and millions of dollars to the party. What people don't understand is one of the reasons why the Democrat Party tolerated Jasmine Crockett is because she was a hell of a fundraiser. Jasmine Crockett brought millions and millions and millions of dollars to the Democrat Party. Why she won't bring millions and millions and millions of dollars to her community of black people is beyond me. When they get up in there and they get a chance to buck dance for that party, they know how to go and bring some money in. But when they looking at their community looking like shit in shambles, they act like there's just nothing they can do. But she got what she deserved. You know, you lay down with dogs, you get up with fleas. Let's be real. And she sold out for the party over the people, and the party simply replaced her ass. And that's it. Her political career is done. You'll probably end up seeing Jasmine on like CBS, on MSNBC, CNN, something like that. You'll probably see her on the Abby Phillips show, something like that. She'll get another job for sure because she got bills. That's for sure. But yeah, her career in politics is absolutely done. She's cooked, to say the least. Okay, guys, we got a morning show going here. I know it's early. YouTube giving me my usual 25 to 30 views. I don't know what's up with that, but maybe my people just don't want to watch political content. But you're going to get it because that's what we're doing now over here. But we got some more topics for you. And I really hope you enjoy them. So now we have to talk about these little black boys. Have y'all heard about the little black boys who are now being tried as adults for the alleged rape of a little girl, I believe in Florida? It's a very sad situation on the side of the girl who was allegedly assaulted and on the side of the young boys. You have a 12, 13, and 15-year-old boys who are now being tried as adults from Miami-Dade County for the alleged rape of a young black girl who was 12 years old. Now, there's a lot going on in this story, but we got to do better. I mean, I love Florida. I love my Florida boys. I played football in college with some brothers from Florida. They were good dudes. But when I tell you in Florida, I feel there's a certain lack of like training when it comes to the young men. A lot of you will probably agree with me. And we just have to do better.
The court was brief today, but afterwards, emotions were running high with one of the families of the boys being charged as an adult.
It's not true. He's on trial.
That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing as her son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaking to Local 10 recently saying she just wants justice for her daughter. According to police, the girl was leaving a friend's home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Overtown. Investigators allege 13-year-old Nelson Nunez raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. All three boys are being charged as adults. The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. In court today, attorneys for two of the three boys arrested in this case formally entered not guilty pleas, requested jury trials, and invoked discovery requiring prosecutors to turn over all evidence. They also argued their clients, Jones and Nunez, should not be in adult jail.
At this point, you have a 13-year-old kid sitting in jail, and me and I think my co-counsel, the lawyer for the co-defendant, we both will be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail.
As for Jones's father, he tells us the allegations against his son are not true.
A young black man that was visiting Miami and was with the wrong two kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. These allegations are bogus.
Well, the one thing I'm noticing with what the dad is saying, he's saying that the kid was with the wrong two kids, but then he says the allegations are bogus. I mean, if the allegations are bogus, why would you say that he's with the wrong two kids? If what they're saying happened didn't happen, then everybody should be a good kid, right? These should all be good kids who are unjustly being exploited by the legal system. Who knows? I want to ask the audience a question, the people watching. Are you guys getting a little bit of a lag when it comes to the playback? Let me know on the videos for YouTube. Let me know if you're getting playback. I mean a lag on that. I just want to make sure that we're not getting too much lag. But yeah. So wouldn't all the kids be good? Oh, he's 12. He was hanging out with a 14 and 15-year-old boy. Okay, 12 to 15 is not a big gap. And then he says he was visiting Florida. Oh, he has a father who's there to take care of him. Well, if you know these two little boys are the wrong boys, why the hell is your son with them? And as a father who's taking care of him, why aren't you monitoring who he's hanging out with? That's my only question.
The judge did schedule a status hearing for March 18th. We'll continue to stay on top of this case and update you with any new developments. For now, reporting live in Miami, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
Yeah, so this is a terrible situation. Where this little girl is saying that she was at a community garden. These boys took her in a room or some type of little storage area, and basically they pinned her down on a couch, and one of the boys raped her, and the other boys held her down, and the 12-year-old in question here stuck rocks in her mouth to keep her from screaming. Now, the aunt of the young boy, she's come out, and she says she's not defending what the boys did, but she's saying that people have the story all wrong. She's saying that the little girl was fast and she was having sex with the young boys around the neighborhood, and she was supposed to have sex with one of the boys that's on trial right now. And I'll let her explain it because I can't repeat saying that. That stuff just sounds bad. Even there's no way you can really say it where it's gonna sound any better. So I'll just let the auntie. I'll let auntie defend bro.
Held her down and put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming for.
He savage. So he like, shit, you been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her, and she was like, oh, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him. So I guess whatever happened, while they was running the train on her, the lady who stayed upstairs must have on her way down to check her mail, or you get what I'm saying, drop her garbage or whatever. She seen them, because how the building is made, where the lady who seen the kids is like right there, and the farm is right there. So you can look over her balcony and see everything was going on in the farm. So I guess she spotted them. So in the mix of her spotted them, she like, what y'all doing in there? So that's when she want to yell, y'all stop, y'all stop, y'all stop. But she went home. She never told her mama anything. Going on 2 days. She never told her mama anything. When the lady came to find out who daughter it was, she went and told the stepdaddy. So when the lady told the stepdaddy, that's when the little girl went to tell her mama. They dragged her from the park, they took her there, and they raped her. I ain't justifying nothing. Let me tell you something. I ain't finna sit here and read y'all comment. I got on here to check her. If you gonna tell a story the right way. Don't get on here trying to make it seem like my nephew on a run or for none of that. Because if he get direct 5-2, he already got a lawyer. But I know at the end of the day, your daughter ain't telling the truth. Your daughter only pressing charges because you forcing her to press charges. Your daughter was never a virgin before she got touched. So what I'm supposed to sit here and say? All they ass need they ass whoop. I'm an old school mama. I beat ass. My oldest daughter, 19 years old, 20 years old. I don't play that. I'm not none of them mama that side with no child. When you right, you right. When you wrong, you wrong. I ain't justified what none of them did. But when you get on social media, you try to make it seem like, oh, it's just one side, when in reality, you know the truth, and it's not that side. That ain't finna go down like that, especially when it comes to my family. How she know everything that happened and she wasn't there? Okay. Nobody got nothing to say? Like I said, exactly. Whether it's my nephew, right is right, wrong is wrong. I never justified what they did was right. At the end of the day, I told them they goofy. All y'all going out of that one little... It's plenty of little young girls out here that's fast. I didn't even fuck with my nephew for doing what he did because I got daughters too. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying they right what they did, but when y'all get on social media and trying to say certain things that's not true, I ain't finna sit there and let you say nothing about my nephew. He's not on no run. He has a court date. He goes in on the 5th. That's the reason why the news saying he's not getting charged as a juvenile. If any...
So basically, what this lady is saying is that this little girl was... I'm just making sure there's no delay. Yeah, so basically what the auntie is saying is that this little girl was quote unquote fast, right? And that she was having sexual relations with several boys around the neighborhood. And that basically it was this boy's turn to get some from this girl. And when he was going to get some, these other two boys wanted to try to get some. And she was like, well, I'm not sleeping with I'm not going to do that with all of you guys, just him. That being said, that still doesn't justify her being held down and physically taken advantage of. That's what I think the aunt doesn't understand. It doesn't matter if the girl was promiscuous or involved with several boys around the neighborhood. What they did in particular was wrong. You don't do that. You don't take advantage of someone against their will. And as loud as she was screaming and yelling, you would think that she would take a second to think about the victim. And to me, it just seems like she doesn't care. It seems like she just has a callous mindset when it comes to the girl. Oh, she was fast, so that means anything goes. People should be allowed to just do anything to her and not be held accountable. If they're guilty, I think it's right for them to be tried as adults. If they're guilty, I think they need to sit down in jail for a very long time. Do I think they should get a life sentence? That depends on whether or not they're rehabilitated. Jail is about rehabilitation. But at the same time, we ain't trying to let some little punks out in 4 or 5 years and then they ride in the streets talking about how gangster they are because they just did a bid. I see that a lot. Dudes go to jail, they crying and begging for mercy, and then when they get out of jail, they're using that, to build up their street rep, using that to as like a point on their resume of gangster. Yeah, man, I was in jail and all this stuff. It's not right. What happened to the girl is not right. I look at it as a failure also on the part of the parents of the girl. What is your daughter doing out in the streets? Allegedly sleeping around with the whole neighborhood. I mean, I love the fact that the dad came and was calling her, and that's what caused the boys to let her go and get up off of her. But at the same time, do you talk to your kid? Do you know if your kid's sexually active? Is your kid sneaking around doing things you ain't got no business? They ain't got no business doing. Like, parents know their children. Parents know their children. Your children ain't just strangers living in your house. And you can either understand who they are as people and take the steps necessary to care for them properly as parents, or you can act naive, gullible, and ignorant and let your kid out in these streets to be exploited by whoever decides to do so at the time. So, yeah, this is a rough situation. It's really hard to even cover, but I got to bring you the news. Okay, so on a lighter note, we have these girls, these black ladies. They have been fired from their job at Smoothie King, which is excellent. There used to be a Smoothie King around the corner from my house years back. It was delicious, but they ended up going out of business. I don't know why. The smoothies are absolutely amazing. But these two black women were fired from their job as Smoothie King for refusing to serve a Trump supporter. The fact that you would give up your damn job for refusing service to a Trump supporter is crazy to me. But I guess they was feeling convicted. I guess they were feeling convicted, man. Because now they in the unemployment line. Okay, so I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to check to see if there's any lag here. Yeah, there is a little lag. I even see it. Hold on one second. Somebody said they need to investigate the auntie too. Facts. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, FRNFO. They need to investigate auntie. Yeah, because the way she's screaming and hooping and hollering. Guys, before we cover this story, we're going to troubleshoot a little bit so we can get rid of some of this lag, or just to investigate to see if that's the issue. Shout out to Attorney Tyke. for the $5 holler. Guys, do me a favor. We do have a goal, 5 super chats of $5 or more. We are trying to reach that. We were able to hit it last night, pause, and we need to hit it again today. If we hit the goal today, I'll do another live stream this evening around 4 or 5 o'clock because I really wanted to do 2 live streams today because there's some more stuff I want to cover, some more fun stuff. I'm trying to bring some culture back because this channel is supposed to cover politics and culture, but I've been heavy on the politics, and I had an epiphany while I was sitting on the toilet. I was like, bro, you got to give people the culture too. And I haven't been doing that. That's my bad. That's my bad. But we got some things to cover as far as the culture, as far as black folks are concerned. So if we hit our goal today, if we hit the $25 goal in this segment, in this live, I'll do that second live. If not, I got to go grind. I got to go to my job, and do some work. But anyway, shout out to Attorney Tyke. Thank you so much for the $5. So we only got 4 to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart my internet to see if that gets rid of this lag situation. When I do that, you guys can take advantage of that time to contribute via Super Chat, bottom right-hand corner, there's a little $sign, or via Cash App or PayPal, which is linked or which is pinned to the top of the chat. So I'm going to do what I got to do to straighten out this lag situation, and you guys could help your boy out by contributing to the stream. It should be about 1 to 2 minutes. On your mark, on our mark, get set, go. All right, we should be back. Testing. Yeah, we should be back. It sounds good. Sounds good to me. I should be popping up for you guys here in a second. Let me just make sure. Yeah. Okay, so let's pull back up the story. The women fired from Smoothie King for refusing to serve a Trump supporter. And I think this should okay. So let's share this real quick. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I appreciate that. Let me share the screen here. Smoothie King, Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is in Michigan. So, yeah. Okay, let me go here. I want to. See if I can do this. Okay. Okay, we should be in good shape. So I'm going to play this and we're going to see if we got the same kind of lag situation.
Well, 2 workers at a Smoothie King in Ann Arbor fired. Viral video showed them allegedly refusing service to a couple because one of them is wearing a Trump hoodie. Let's get live to Fox 2's Dave Kinchin in Ann Arbor with a look at the controversy. Dave.
Yeah, Rip, this video has gone ultra viral. Now, this is the Smoothie King behind me here on Jackson Road in Ann Arbor where all of this went down. What we can tell you is the couple that says they're victims in this case recorded the exchange they had with those 2 now fired workers. Listen.
We were just wanting a smoothie, and you literally looked at us, and I asked you if everything was okay. You said we don't feel comfortable serving you because of my husband's hoodie. Yes. That is discrimination.
Okay, well, have a great day. Like,
that is illegal.
So that's illegal.
So here's what happened at this Ann Arbor Smoothie King. The 2 workers are out of jobs after refusing to serve Erica and her husband Jake of Dearborn Heights. Jake is wearing a hoodie with President Trump's name on it. The workers said they did not feel comfortable in this encounter, and the couple says they were clearly discriminated against, so much so a GoFundMe page was set up, created to help them fight their legal case that they believe they had. But is this really an act of discrimination that violates the Constitution? Well, we took that question to Detroit.
100%. It's an act of discrimination. They had a situation where gay dudes sued a bakery because they wouldn't make a cake for a homosexual wedding. You cannot discriminate based on someone's political affiliation, just like you can't discriminate based on someone's sexual preference or their religion. They discriminated. And, you know, me, I'm just as much of a Trump supporter as the next guy. But, dude, I don't wear my Trump gear when I'm going to eat. I live in California. I don't wear my Trump gear when I'm going to eat, straight up. Because these crazy lunatic liberals, they think that they're righteous. They think that whatever they do is okay because they have right on their side in their own minds, right? So they'll spit in your food. They'll do all types of stuff to your food. Yeah, I don't wear my Trump gear when I'm going to eat. Fuck that. Especially with as many Mexican food restaurants and stuff are around here. I'm not going to set myself up for failure. Now, maybe they thought they could get a lawsuit and they set those girls up. But you cannot. You don't, for one, black folks. We got this so damn bad. It's hard to even keep talking about it. Black folks. You don't own the business. Your personal political preference does not overshadow the business. On top of that, this is another example of exactly what we just saw with Jasmine Crockett and many other black liberal politicians, where they throw away their job trying to be loyal to the party over, one, their own best interest and the best interest of their constituents. And this is no different. These women, I don't know if they have kids or what, but they just took food out of their mouths and out of their families' mouths, all for what? Hatred of Trump and loyalty to the Democrat Party? If you feel a certain way politically, that's the way you feel, and you should keep that to yourself. Or you can have a conversation with the guy. Hey, man, what makes you support Trump? Whatever. But to deny this man service, because you don't agree with his choice politically. So if you go somewhere and he denies your black butt service, you'll say he's a racist. You will say he's a racist if he said, hey, Bon Qui, I don't want to serve you because you're wearing a Kamala Harris sweater. This is pure ignorance.
Attorney Jonathan Marco for his take, but first, here's another look at that video.
Hey, you know that's a crime, right?
It's not.
Discrimination is a crime.
We have the right to refuse service here, and that's what we
Not due to political views, though.
A lot of people are surprised to find out that the constitutional freedom of speech does not apply to private businesses, which means private businesses can discriminate based on political viewpoint. If you could refuse service to somebody with a MAGA hat, or you could refuse service to somebody with a Kamala Harris hat. It's just the law. Now, there are some specific states that do have laws protecting political speech, including in the public venue. Michigan is not one of them. And the Constitution itself, freedom of speech, does not apply to private businesses.
Now, Smoothie King's corporate office posted a statement on its social media.
I'm telling you right now, you can believe this lawyer if you want to, which I heavily believe that this is influenced by the area they're in. But Smoothie King, the corporation, they know what's real and they know what's not real. You cannot discriminate against someone because you don't like their political affiliation. You cannot. And that's why they're dumb. So they made it clear that that's why they were discriminating against him. If they just said, yo, we're not serving you, you know, our ice cream machine is broke or whatever, that's one thing. But they made it clear. It's because of the shirt you're wearing and because basically the color of your skin. Because I bet if a cute guy would have came in with that they liked, would have came in with a Trump sweater, they would have not only served him his food, they would have tried to give him their phone number. This is ridiculous. And black people need to wake the hell up. You're jeopardizing your future, losing your damn job, trying to argue over politics, and these hoes probably don't even go vote. They probably don't even vote. Just heard something on TikTok, because, you know, that's the medium that's being used to radicalize black people nowadays, TikTok and Instagram. And now they in their job suffering real world consequences for shit that they didn't got charged up on social media.
That says, in part, quote, the franchise owner has taken immediate action and the two employees involved are no longer with the business. Both the franchise owner and Smoothie King Corporate have reached out to the guests several times to apologize and will continue to follow up. The local owner is also taking further action and enforcing mandatory retraining for all employees that outlines our guest experience standards. Now, we did reach out to that couple to get a comment, find out more about their take on all of this. We haven't heard back just yet. Now, tonight on The Edge, we flipped the script a little bit. What about those two fired workers? Do they have a case in all of this in terms of constitutionality? Well, we talk with Attorney Marco about that on The Edge tonight. For now, reporting live in Ann Arbor, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
They have no right because they are working in the capacity as of Smoothie King employees. Smoothie King does not discriminate based on political affiliation. So as their employee, you cannot discriminate based on political affiliation. That was very stupid of them. That's very stupid of them. And then you sit up and you got people like this reporter, well, is it okay trying to throw out hypotheticals and stupid questions? That, let's be real, guys. Let's be real. We know you're going to lose your job doing something like that. For all they know, the owner or CEO of Smoothie King could be a Trump supporter. That's why you really just keep politics out of the workplace. I mean, having a conversation is fine. My boss said some shit to me that I could have said was discriminatory or was kind of racist about some ICE stuff. He's Hispanic. But hey, look, I was there to get my bonus check and I got it and I got the hell up out of there. But people don't have thick skin, right? But hypothetically, if a Hispanic person who you're working for says, hey, I bet you're glad they're chasing somebody else for once, that's racist. That's racist. Y'all think racist and racist comments only come for white people. No, they don't. Hell, but I might say some racist shit or something that could be taken as racist, so I don't trip. But these girls were dumb. All you got was fired. So can you now go work for the Democrat Party or Kamala Harris? No, you can't. And it's really stupid. And someone asked me the other day, why do black people hate Donald Trump? Black people hate Donald Trump because Donald Trump is a reminder of how wrong we've been on politics for so long. That's the reality. Donald Trump's presidency hurts black people emotionally. Because when black people see all the shit Donald Trump is doing, and even all the things he offered African Americans that we utterly rejected, they now are reminded of the fact that they've been voting Democrat for 75 years and ain't got shit to show for it. That's why they hate Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a reminder to black people that they've been voting wrong for the past 70 years. And rather than, correct that wrong or just stop operating in ignorance, we want to just get mad and attack Donald Trump. How dare he do that? That's illegal. He thinks he's a king. No. He's well within his right as president to do it. It's just that the Democrat presidents that black people have voted for decades, they lied to black people. Oh, I can't do that. Based on the Constitution, I can't give anything based on race. Yeah, but you can give some shit and make sure a certain race gets it, right? We've just been settling for less for 70 plus years. And the best thing to do is just fix that behavior, correct that behavior now, instead of trying to hate others for making it clear that we've been settling for less. That's the last topic I had. We're at 1:15. We got about 15 minutes. What else? Y'all give me something. What else should I cover? Shout out to everybody in the comments. Don't forget, guys, we have the challenge, five super chats of $5 or more. And we'll do another live stream this afternoon because I want to do one. But what else do we need to cover? What else is in the cards for us? Let me make myself big here. Pause. Let me see. Is there anything else that I see so much stuff. I'm like, I got a thought on that. I got a thought on this or that. Jasmine Crockett's career is over. Oh, guys. Oh, cool. Oh, Keith Lee. Keith Lee is allegedly in talks with Mr. Tendenism Walter about opening a restaurant. I told y'all that was Keith Lee's fault. So Keith Lee is making good, I guess. And he is in talks with Walter about opening a new restaurant. People really don't give a damn about Jasmine Crockett because I'm looking at views from even bigger channels and they're just like, they're low on that issue. So would you guys like to talk about the situation with Iran, because I'm realizing the more I make videos about Iran, I'm realizing that many people are geopolitically ignorant when it comes to why the United States has beef with Iran and why many people feel that Iran is Ali. My brother's in the building. Shout out to my brother from the Kenyan coast. Many people are ignorant when it comes to, and I'm not saying ignorant in a bad way. I'm saying they just don't know about it when it comes to why the United States has beef with Iran. So what I guess, it's on us to kind of educate people as to the geopolitical history when it comes with the beef between America and Iran. So hold on. So a lot of people want to know why the United States has a beef with Iran and why they're bombing them. And since you're here, yo, RF in the building. What's up, my brother?
What's up? I just want to say that, like the guy in Smoothie King, I feel discriminated on this platform because I support Kamala Harris. So I might have a little legal action against you at some point.
This channel lets your black ass get up here and tell it to my face. That's the difference. You lost that case already. Your Honor, we let him get his ass up here and talk crazy. What more do you want?
Because I support Kamala and I support Gavin Newsom here in California.
You're
I feel
lying.
discriminated.
You're lying. I know you don't. See, when you said Kamala, I thought maybe. But Gavin, nobody supports that dude. Everyone hates this guy in California.
I'm shocked that he got the decency to run for president, given the state of California.
He might win. Trump might have handed him the election with the Iran shit.
I don't think so. But if Iran the only thing I can see is like with Iran, like, as a veteran myself who served in the Gulf, the only thing I think about with Iran, I understand why he did it. Do I think we were in imminent danger of Iran being able to attack the United States? No.
Right.
But at some point, it had to be done because they were going to get. Well, they were developing ballistic missiles. They'll have enough ballistic missiles to just target any of our uh, military bases that we have overseas, not particularly in the United States, but in the Middle East, in Europe, and things like that. So at some point, you weren't going to be able to attack them without them having a huge response and having more casualties and a whole bunch of damage. Now they're damn near out of ballistic missiles.
Yeah.
The nuclear program is shut down, so you had to do it eventually. But were we like under imminent threat? No, but
it was a
had to
long
be done.
term. Well, yeah, Trump basically stopped these dudes from kicking the can down the road on the situation,
Right.
And that's what American leaders have been doing. And I honestly feel like Obama and them, the Democrats are so fucking treacherous. I low key feel like Obama and them were giving them money to like bait them into doing some crazy shit just so they can have a prolonged war with Iran. It's like we made billions off of the war in Afghanistan. Our donors made billions. Shit, they'll make trillions off a 20-year war with Iran. I think they were positioning Iran to be the next big enemy, right? Like the next Russia type situation, a Cold War type situation, because weapons manufacturers make money during those type of escalation situations. But a lot of people, and you might be the perfect person to be up here, a lot of people, they really just don't understand when it comes to Iran in the situation as to why America and especially Trump decided to go in and bomb. They say, oh, America's trying to just do whatever Israel wants and all this stuff. And there's truth to that. I'm not going to deny that. There's truth to it. But that America has a lot of reasons to fuck Iran up. And
Right.
I'm gonna just give people a list. If you pay attention, you'll know. It all started in 1983, Beirut, the Beirut Marine the Marine barrack bombing.
No, it started before that when they
Well,
took the
but
embassy during the during the revolution when Khomeini came to power and they
right,
took the U.S.
kidnapped those
embassy and they
Americans.
hold those hostages. Yeah, that's where it
Yeah,
actually started.
that's what the movie Argo is based on. And black people are like, well, he let go of the black people. He let go of the black people because ain't nobody giving a damn about them. That ain't got nothing to do with
Well, Jesse Jackson came in and he did his thing. Well, you
you.
know,
Let those niggas go right
right,
now.
right. So they were trying to curry favor with the black community. But at the end of the day, when something happens, when that black Senegalese man who did what he did in Austin, Texas, he didn't care what color you were. He was just there to do what he was going to do.
Did you watch my video on that?
I just finished watching your video on what's the last video you dropped before I didn't know you was live. I was just watching your video actually before I came over here. I think it was on
The
Jasmine Crockett.
Jasmine
You
Crockett, or
call
go ahead.
what was it? You call her the ghetto congresswoman, as you say?
Well, that's this video. That's this video. But
Oh, okay.
but yeah, no. I made a video on that, and I said the same thing when the black Islamic terrorists came through and shot up that bar in Austin. He wasn't asking if you was Democrat or Republican. He was in a liberal area. The people who would have supported him in Austin, and he shot them and shot 3 people and killed them. So
Right.
at the end of the day, you're just an American. You're just an American. But
Right.
you have this situation. So you got the stuff from the movie Argo where they took the hostages. But in 1983, there were Marine barracks in Beirut that were bombed.
Right.
Iran funded and financed Hezbollah, who then sent a guy who drove a truck into the military compound in Lebanon and killed 241 U.S. military personnel. Then you got, again, the embassy bombing in 1983, which killed 63 people, but there were 17 Americans. You already got almost 300 Americans killed by Iran. And then you had the Iraq War, where the United States credits 603 U.S. deaths, American troop deaths, to Iran-backed militias.
Well,
Who,
they're the father of the roadside bombs. They
it-
killed and maimed a lot of Americans too.
they make the bombs. They make the roadside bombs. So and then you got October 7th, Hamas, where they invaded Israel. Well, they were funded and trained by Iran, those Hamas terrorists. And they took 46 Americans they killed 46 Americans. And then they took 12 hostage. And then you got the Khobar Tower bombing, where Hezbollah, another Iran-funded militia group, attacked
The beach in Australia,
Yeah, look, you got the beach in Australia,
Bondi
right?
Beach. Yeah,
Bondi Beach. You got the drone attack from 2024, where
the
Iran,
Russia-Ukraine war, where they're supplying those suicide drones.
man, listen,
So
listen, hijacking of the TWA flight 847, Iran-backed terrorists, Karbala provincial joint coordination attack, more Iran-backed terrorists. A drone launched by the Tower 22 drone attack, a drone launched by the Iran-backed militia Kataib Hezbollah struck a U.S. military base in Jordan, killing 3 servicemen and wounding 40 others. Iran, the Khobar bombing, Hezbollah al-Hizaz, a Saudi-based group which is backed and funded by Iran, detonated a massive truck bomb at a U.S. Air Force housing complex in Saudi Arabia, killing 19 American airmen. Guys, they're not innocent.
But you have to understand, this regime, they are they are like what you call Pentecostals, where they have an ideology where they want to bring on an apocalypse to bring back their form of whatever their religion is, the whoever the Mahdi or whoever they want. They are very their ideology is very suicidal. It's very murderous. You know, they want to provoke certain things to have an apocalypse. So it's like, you know, somebody like that to be able to have that kind of, you know, a nuclear bomb, or even a heavy ballistic missile type of presence to hit an aircraft carrier, you had to do it. And look at Kamala's response. Well, we could have did it a different way. There's another way. We didn't have to do what we did.
It's
Weak.
always, that's what they always say, but they would have did the exact same thing. Kamala Harrison would have did the exact same
I can't
thing.
hear you.
You can't hear me? Hey guys, can you not hear me? Give me a 1 in the comments if you hear me. That might be you, RF. Wait, okay, let me look here. Give me a 1 in the comments if you hear me. Oh yeah, I'm still good. I'm blurry as hell though for whatever reason. But yeah, it's just crazy. These people, hold on. Yeah, but it's crazy when how people are just like, they're so quick to jump on the bandwagon of any of these how people are these just like, they're so quick to jump on the bandwagon of any oh yeah these, that's you just go out and just come back in. But yeah, people are just so eager, in my opinion, to jump on the bandwagon with just anybody who goes against America. It's really crazy to me. But man, I don't know what y'all think. I don't know what people think they're gonna get out of that. I don't know what people think they're gonna get out of it. But all of a sudden my resolution is crazy. But whatever. Oh, we're back good. It looks good again. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, Ali, my brother, he needs to stop now, Mr. President, because Iran is really strong. I mean, I think Iran is strong, but I also think America is strong. I also think Israel is strong. Right? Like, Iran can do a lot, but where they're really gonna hurt you is drones and terrorist attacks. We know what they're going to resort to. But my question is, does anybody on the planet want to see a nuclear equipped Iran? And I really look at like African countries, because one thing we know is that a lot of the Muslim terrorists that are in African countries are funded by Iran. So my doomsday scenario with Iran, the thing that really makes me like, yo, what the heck? What if you get a situation where Iran, because their economy is in bad shape, what do you do if you get a situation where Iran wants to go into an African country and take resources, and nobody can stop them because they have a nuclear weapon? That's what I want people to think. Like all my black folks and people who watch this show. What if Iran goes into an African country and they want to take resources? Let's say they invade. Who knows, right? They're not doing good. They're like, look, our economy is suffering. Inflation is crazy. Let's go into Uganda. Let's go into let's go into Libya. Let's go into Mali. Let's go into Burkina Faso and go after those gold mines. Okay, how do you intervene if they have a nuke and they say, well, if you try to come in and stop us, we're basically holding everybody hostage because we're going to launch these nukes? You already are witnessing them bombing other Arab countries in the Gulf right now. They're like, we can't really hurt America, but we're going to bomb these other countries, to the point where there are other Gulf nations who are like, hey, we going to attack your ass if you don't stop just lobbing bombs over here like crazy. Mind you. So just tell me, who wants to see that happen? And Ali, do you think that would be a good idea if Iran got a nuclear weapon? I don't like the idea of that, you know, and just call me naive or you just believe in the propaganda. But the reality is it's a possibility. There's a chance that it can happen. But okay, y'all. What up, buddy Eddie? In the building. I don't even know where my phone is. Damn, that's crazy. That's so unlike me. If all of us felt like Trump, we'd be sunk. I think Trump is a good president. I think Trump operates based on, perceived threats. But I also think Trump operates based on like solving problems instead of just trying to drag them out. The Democrats were dragging out these issues. They were dragging out these issues. Joe Biden dragged them out. Why would you give, if you know a nation sponsors terrorism, why would you give them billions of dollars? I don't care if it is their money. Why would you give them billions of dollars? I got a flyer or something right here. Why would you give them billions of dollars? That tells me that you want to keep this threat around so you can use it to your advantage. That's just how it feels to me. But I could be wrong. I don't know everything. I don't know everything. But yeah, so I'm going to get off this stream. Thank y'all all. Thank you to Attorney Tyke for contributing to the stream. We did not meet our goal, guys. We did not meet our goal. I don't know. I might still do another live stream, but maybe not. We didn't meet our goal. We didn't get our 5 super chats for $5. We actually got 1, which is okay. I appreciate anybody who contributes to the stream, but I'm definitely going to post some more pre-recorded content and play Bill and Hillary at the Epstein hearing. That's comedy. Yeah, hey, look, we got to talk about that. We got to cover that. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Bill and Hillary at the Epstein depositions. Woo. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. But there's that little fruit fly or whatever that is. But Bill and Hillary. Yeah, Bill, I feel like Bill is guilty of sin. But I feel like Bill is guilty of sin, but it's like he's just too old. He's laughing and smiling. He kind of reminds me of Biden. He said the girls were in the hot tub, but I didn't touch none of them. Bill always there, but didn't do nothing. Bill, at what point are you going to do something? This guy kills me. Hillary was just getting mad, man. That guy has humiliated Hillary to the end. Hillary is just like, man, dick must be good because she just sticking in there, boy. She like, look, call him Sweet Dick Billy. Willie. Let's go.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you for being here and for your time today. And thank you for your service. We have, as you know, in the files that were released, there were several photos, included you. And we have an exhibit here. That's just one of the photos. And Exhibit K, Minority Exhibit K. Yep. And we'll have that passed around. And what we're trying to get at is some context for the public on whether you remember this photo and any details you may be able to provide us about it. So do you recall the details of this photo or recall the photo being taken?
No, I don't think I ever knew the photo was taken.
Okay, and for those who can't see it, it's a photo of you in a hot tub. There's a person next to you here. Do you remember where it was taken? Where was it taken?
I'm almost sure that this taken, I think there's an adjacent photograph, which you probably have, that if people saw it, they would feel that someone was trying to con them showing this picture. But anyway, this picture was taken in Brunei. And we flew one night. on a trip to Asia, the last very long leg.
You said we, is it, who is that including?
Well, my TEL team that was working
Thank you.
on the AIDS issue, and Mr. Epstein was there, and Miss Maxwell. But anyway, we got to the end of the flight was Brunei. It's a tiny place, but a very wealthy one, and the Sultan of Brunei was a man that I had gotten to know well in my 8 years as president. And his first involvement with international matters is basically to join the Asian Pacific Economic Leaders Conference, which I started and which he attended. And then he was very proud of that. And he hosted, his time came to host it. You know, you do these things in rotation. And it came at either at the very end of my term or maybe the next year. Anyway, he wanted, when he knew I was coming, and he said he wanted to help me with my AIDS initiative, and he invited me to stay there. And he said, I want you to stay at this hotel, and I hope you'll use the pool.
Hey, Bill a freak, bro. I want you to stay at this hotel, and I want you to use the pool. Like, come on, man. Like, man, I don't know. I don't know if I want to believe that Bill Clinton was eating kids and all types of crazy stuff. A lot of this stuff now, when you see these testimonies, it strikes me as Epstein was throwing shit out, I feel like, one, the stuff in the Epstein files, a lot of it is BS because people were just throwing anything out there because they had those hotlines set up. But also, I feel like Epstein was trying to blackmail people to keep control, for power and leverage, right? I just don't want to believe that Bill Clinton is capable of that type of crazy stuff. And then I'm trying to ask, where are these kids? Are these kids adults now? What's the deal? I know the women, they said that somebody was doing something to them, but I don't think any of the women mentioned Bill.
I did. And then I got out and went to bed exhausted.
Just for the record, there's another picture that also shows this as part of the larger pool area. Do you all have that so that he can refresh his recollection with respect to that?
You should have it. It's quite enlightening. If you watch this,
Yes, it's noted.
it'll
Yes.
give you a different feel.
Thank you.
Okay.
We don't have it with us right now.
Bill is just a pervert. Bill is a freak. And that black lady, the way she was looking at Bill, man, she was like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you saying? Bill laughing and shit. He old. He's at the point where he probably don't even give a damn no more. And that's one of the biggest things with the Epstein files. Man, these dudes are old. You really think that they're going to put these guys in jail? If they were convicted, they might, but they're going to die in a couple years anyway. Then what? I think the biggest thing is we need to put things in place for people who hurt children. The fact that we haven't revisited the idea of the death penalty for people who harm children and pedophiles is the part that bothers me. You touch a kid, you hurt a kid, you rape or molest a kid, you're out of here. Problem solved.
Okay,
We do.
thanks. I just wanted to make sure he knew the
And so
context.
were there other people in that pool or hot tub with you as well?
I don't think there's anybody in the hot tub. I didn't forgotten that there was anybody in the hot tub, but it was big, but it was about.
Well,
He's asking in the pool
it appears
area.
this photo, there's a girl over here, or there's someone.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
But he's also asking in the pool area were there other
Yes,
individuals?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so you don't know?
No, and then there were other people in the pool.
Okay, so do you remember, were they under 18? Would you
No.
know? No.
Were they part of your traveling party, he's asking you?
Yes.
Yes, they were, I think. I think everybody there was part of our party. It was late at night or late-ish. And I also believe that there was a Secret Service agent there at the other end of the pool.
Okay, and was this in public?
No, it was a hotel room, and the Sultan wanted us to stay there, and the water of this big pool was on the same floor that there were several suites, so we went out, I swam around, I sat in the hot tub for 5 minutes, or whatever it was, and I got up and went to bed.
And then I have to ask this, did you engage in any sexual activity
No.
with this person? Okay, thank you.
Okay. And that ends this round, and we can.
Thank you, Mr.
And this is why the Epstein file stuff to me is kind of a dead end, because they just, no, I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. Okay, now you have to go about proving that they did do it. And to me, that in a way is kind of like the Diddy shit, where now you're going to have to start trying to call all these people, bring all these people in. All these people, you know, people don't want to be associated with shit like that, because best believe it won't be like Diddy, where you can go in and say, yeah, I was doing this too, but everyone just is so hard pressed to get Diddy, they're letting you slide, you have immunity. When you're dealing with these politicians, you're not going to get any immunity. If you were involved in it, if you were there, you're going to prison probably for longer than they are. That's the difference between a private citizen and public figures. They're not just going to take the fall while everybody else get away. And if they do, I'm sure they got somebody they could call to come get rid of your ass. People, if you don't ask, Clinton won't tell. People don't want to get involved with this. They don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. It's really obvious. But Bill ain't lying. Bill like, yeah, they were with us. Did you have sex with a lady? No. You know, he ain't playing. But yeah, Bill, he's not denying anything. He's taking it on the chin, so to speak, and he knows that there's really nothing that they could do.
When did you first learn of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes?
I think in 2008 when he was prosecuted. There's nothing that I saw when I was around him that made me realize he was trafficking women. And I never.
Mr. President, did you ever have any communications with Prince Andrew related to Mr. Epstein or Miss Maxwell?
The direct answer to your question is no, but I don't want to mislead you. I know that because of my friendship with Evelyn and Lynn Rothschild, and because the former prince was around them, and they knew Ghislaine Maxwell from Britain and through her father, her late father. There may have been some conversation there. I don't remember it, but I don't want to mislead you. I knew something that.
Thank you. And you mentioned these communications were related to the work of your foundation. Did you ever have any other communications with Larry Summers related to Mr. Epstein?
No.
So for the record, you never discussed anything related to Mr. Epstein and young women or girls?
Absolutely not.
Mr. President, for the record, have you ever been contacted by any law enforcement agency concerning Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell?
As far as I know, no. That is, as far as I remember. Back in 2008, I sort of thought somebody might ask me something. Because I was glad this had come out since it had happened. But I don't believe anybody ever did.
You're lying. He wasn't glad that shit came out. Bill Clinton is, man, listen, bro is as smooth as a damn fox, dude. He's smooth as silk. That guy knows how to talk. Because even when you just hear him talk, you want to believe him. You want to believe him. You know he's freaking a pervert. You know he probably was right there with Jeffrey Epstein doing everything, but he's smooth as silk. He knows how to manipulate people. Remember, he had black folks talking about you remember he had black folks talking about he's the first black president. Bill Clinton is a master manipulator. People let that southern accent fool them. Oh, he's just a good old boy. Nah, he knows how to talk to you to make you trust him. And that's what he's doing in that deposition. Put him in front of a jury. I bet you he wins them over in 5 fucking minutes. That's how these people get elected to these high offices. They understand how people think, right? They understand how people work. And so they know how to talk to you, to massage you over to their side. And that's what Bill does. Hillary, not so much. Hillary was in there going in, bruh. Hillary was in that deposition going in, bruh. Because she's probably just like, why the hell do I have to even deal with this shit? But you know why. Because your husband is a freak. Hillary, I bet Hillary's freaky too.
Excuse me, can I interrupt?
I have
There
another.
are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying from inside this room. Can you please advise me as to whether or not that's permissible and consistent with the rules, particularly given that we have asked for a public hearing? If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how that
I'm done
can
with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's
So I would
sake.
like to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was. It doesn't
Excuse
matter.
me.
We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So
well.
I would like to take a break at this moment.
Yeah,
I'd like to have
I'm
a
done
conversation.
for now.
Go off the record. Go off the record.
Wow.
We'll go back on the record. The majority's time had approximately 5 minutes left in it. I believe that the witness or her counsel would like to make a quick statement.
Thank you so much. You just used.
It's good to see stuff like that because it just shows you these people are there because they want to be there. She doesn't have to be there. She said, you could hold me in contempt till the cows come home. Hillary is royalty in the United States political structure. They're not going to do shit to her. Even if they find her guilty as hell, they're not going to do anything. They know that because these people are like worshipped by so many people, loved by so many people. If they sink these people, it causes them to question the legitimacy of the entire United States political apparatus. They know what they're doing. No, people, look, they're powerful people. Even if there's a lot of people who don't like them, understand she still got millions and millions and millions of people to vote for her. Me and you, let's run, Zarth. We might not even get 100 votes. Even the most hated people in America, in American politics, many of them still have millions and millions of people who support them. She'll float for sure. But Hillary was like, I'm done. But that was kind of bad. You taking fucking pictures and releasing them online. At least wait till fucking lunchtime, dumbass.
In past public statements,
Pizzagate.
As in 2017 speeches and interviews, you described Pizzagate as a baseless conspiracy theory.
Hey guys, don't forget we still got the super chat challenge goal running. $5 super chats. We got one. Let's see if we can get some more. Somebody through this said they wanted to see this. Can we get some $5 hollers in the building to meet our goal? We just need 4 more. I like hitting that goal.
Alleging you and others ran a child sex trafficking ring from a Washington pizzeria basement. Have you reviewed any 2025-2026 Epstein files that were released that you believe reference or relate to those specific 2016 claims regarding the Podesta emails, Comet Ping Pong Pizza used as code possibly?
I'm sorry.
You're asking her about whether she's reviewed emails in the Epstein files which relate to the wacky Pizzagate scandal.
You could characterize it however you want. I just would like to know if she's familiar with any of them.
So
She's
excuse me,
commenting.
your question is about whether or not she has reviewed any emails in the Epstein release files about Pizzagate.
Correct.
Pizzagate was totally made up. It was an outrageous allegation that ended up hurting a number of people, that caused a deranged young man to show up with his assault rifle and shoot up a local pizzeria. I can't believe you're even referencing it. You should be.
There are connections
Shout out to Merck.
to the language.
Well,
I'm not
the
talking
We
QAnon
only
about-
need two
people
more,
believe there
guys.
are, so
I don't know what QAnon
have at
people
it.
believe.
Have at it.
But you've accused certain parties, and I think even right now today, of promoting slow walking information in ways that fuels conspiracies. In your view, did any Epstein-Maxwell related investigations or file handling pre or post 2019 contribute to or intersect with the spread of Pizzagate style theories about Democrat figures?
Objection.
I have
Calls
no
for
way of answering. That is the
possible
most
speculation.
ridiculously.
Have you or your representatives identified any Epstein file content that has been
See, but you notice the difference in the way Bill handles things compared to how Hillary does? Hillary is more angry. She's the piss and vinegar. She's feisty. She'll fight your ass. You know, you get in a fight and Hillary's your wife, she's jumping in. She's trying to clock shit. Bill is more just like smooth talking, like, oh man, no, I don't know, you know, like, no, this and that, no, I didn't have no this and that. You know, he's like grandpa, dude. He's gonna talk you down. They didn't even have the same intensity with Bill as they had with Hillary. And, you know, there may be something to Pizzagate, but I wish people would get arrested versus just letting the shit linger in the public psyche to where people start doing violence. That's what causes the violence, when people feel that these people aren't being held accountable because of who they are. That's the problem. Yeah, she might be guilty. But yeah, she might be guilty. But they don't have enough evidence to put her on trial. That's why she did a voluntary deposition. That's just the way it is, man. But she's there. Hillary knock your ass out. Keep talking shit. Hey, shout out to my brothers, man. Shout out to Merck, 2002 for the $10 holla. Shout out to my brother Zarth for the $10 holla. Guys, y'all want another show? We're going to do another show, man. What y'all want to talk about on the second show, man? Hey, y'all hook me up. I'm hooking y'all up. Buddy Yeti in the building. Your thoughts on the 3 F-15 shot down by friendly fire? Hey, man. Okay, let me wrap Hillary up and I'm gonna run that. But yeah, so Hillary is just wild. Hillary, bro, she's a solid female, bro. Like, she's a criminal. She's a trafficker for sure, but she's a ride or die bitch. Like, I'm serious. You would be lucky to get you a girl like Hillary, bro. Every man on earth, low-key, has a boner for Hillary. Just how she just stayed down. Hillary, like, she been through everything. Her husband got his dick sucked in the White House. And she's still, he's my man and I'm going to stand beside him. She is a criminal. She's a criminal for sure. But I'm telling you, she's a ride or die bitch. She is, bro. Like, I got to call a spade a spade. Y'all got me up here. Y'all pay me to keep it real, and I got to keep it real. Hillary's a ride or die. Hillary, if you get you a freaking 6'4" Impala in a chain and put on a do-rag, Hillary gonna put on a thong and start twerking on top of that motherfucker for you. You gotta give credit where credit is due. Hillary definitely got a silver lining, y'all. She down, bro. That's that, man. Do I think my lady is as solid as Hillary? Hell fucking no. Hell fucking no. You know your lady ain't as solid as Hillary either. Let's be real. She might be the scum of the earth, but she's a ride or die bitch, bro. Real talk. She's riding with that nigga Bill. Bill got him a good one. Bro must be slinging some meat. Pause. Cause Bill didn't have, Bill was jogging. Y'all don't understand, bro. Bill was jogging. The president of the United States every morning was jogging to his side bitch's house, going in her house for a couple hours to smack, coming out of the house, and then just jogging back to the White House like it was no big deal. Understand that, bro. And Hillary stuck through it. I don't want to hear none of these black women, none of these women, period, talking about, oh, girl, you don't got to take that, bro, Hillary. I'm going to just start saying, I'm going to get a fucking hat that say Hillary on it. I've never met a Hillary, that I didn't like. Hillary off of Fresh Prince. This Hillary, I don't like her criminal ways, but Hillary's a ride or die, bro. Man, Michelle Obama's a fucking skank. I can't stand her. She's not as down for Obama as Hillary is for Bill, dog. It's not even the same, bro. Every fucking chance Michelle Obama get, she tries to throw Barack under the bus. Michelle Obama is like Aisha Curry. Every fucking chance she gets, she try to throw her man under the bus. Not Hillary. She don't even say nothing back. He's my man. I love him, and I'm gonna stick beside him. That's Hillary. Is my volume too loud? Hey, that's Hillary, bro. Real talk. I gotta give credit where credit is due, man. I gotta give credit where credit is due, man. Hillary's a ride or die. Straight the fuck up. Okay, let's play a little bit more, and we're gonna play two more minutes, a minute of this, and then
It's interpreted
another minute, and then we're gonna go to the F-15's shot down
online to revive those claims. And what steps, if any, have you taken to clarify?
Again, object on the ground of
I think that this is all very
speculation.
reasonable.
Well, first of all, I don't follow the crazy conspiracy stories that are online. I regret that anybody does. I find it quite sad, but also disturbing that people would believe some of what is put forth, like Pizzagate. So I have taken no steps to review anything that might have any connection to something which I think is totally bogus.
John Podesta, your 2016 campaign chair, appears in some Epstein file contexts. Social overlaps or mentions. Were you aware of any of the Podesta-related communications in the released files?
Can you please provide examples or the evidence that you would like us to review or the exhibits that reflect that in order for her to be able to
I
do
can
that?
get some exhibits and pause this question
Speak
in
to
the
that when you
meantime.
provide those.
I will get those, and I will skip that question
The
until
Congresswoman
we can.
asked generally if she's aware.
Generally, she is asking if she's aware of specific information that is in the files that you all are relying on. Please provide the witness with
If your
copies of that
client
material.
doesn't know or has no recollection, she's welcome to state so.
We're also welcome to actually see the information that you're speaking
And
to.
again, the representative is asking general.
I mean,
general
really,
questions.
I expected a lot of interesting questions today, but Pizzagate was not on my list.
It's okay. We're asking all sorts of things here.
You certainly are. You certainly are.
We're just trying to get the truth out to the American people.
Well, that
and
would
get
be
some clarity.
very helpful.
Are you aware of any files that were on Anthony Weiner's laptop in a folder that was titled insurance, life insurance, with a zip file titled frazzle?
This is way outside the
chairman's
scope.
ruling.
This is way
within the
outside the
scope? Is this within the scope, Mr.
If
Chairman?
the chairman rules that it's not within the scope,
Mr. Chairman.
The thing about Hillary is actually a lawyer her damn self. So you could tell she just wants to defend herself. She doesn't even care about what the lawyers are saying. She's just like, look, man, I'm gonna curse people out. I'm gonna get crazy on them, and let them know exactly what I think. Hillary didn't even need representation, but it's just the way you do things because she knows how to represent herself. She knows her husband's guilty of sin. She's probably guilty of sin too. But they're gonna stick together and let that be a lesson to you. They're gonna come out of this unscathed because of who they are, right? But ultimately, like I said, man, tell your girl to be more like Hillary, man. Tell your girl to be more like Hillary, man. Now, my brother wanted me to talk about the 3 F-15 jets who were shot down. These are fighter jets, right? And they were shot down in an incident of friendly fire over Kuwait. As you know, Kuwait is one of the United States of America's longest standing allies in the Middle East. They've been riding with America since the 80s, and they were actually one of the primary players in the first Desert Storm, because one of the reasons we went into Desert Storm was because Iraq, led by Saddam Hussein, invaded Kuwait, a oil-rich nation that was selling major oil to the United States of America. So it was kind of shocking and sad to see that 3 U.S. fighter jets were shot down over Kuwait due to friendly fire. But there were some heartwarming moments created from that. But let's just talk about this. Let's just show this really, really quick so you guys can kind of know what happened. And it's crazy you don't get... Mainstream media is like wild the way they choose what they're going to report. So... Okay, here we go.
A Kuwaiti Air Force FA-18C Hornet was the cause of the accidental shootdown of 3 U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagles in a friendly fire incident over Kuwait on Sunday. Not a Kuwaiti Patriot surface-to-air missile battery like had initially been believed. 3 people familiar with reports of the incident told the Wall Street Journal.
Okay, so here's the facts. We all thought, me included, that Kuwait has shot missiles from the ground that hit American planes in friendly fire, mistaking them for Iranian planes. No, it was a Kuwaiti jet that shot down the 3 American planes.
A single Hornet launched 3 AIM-9 Sidewinders against the Strike Eagles, according to a U.S. official. All 3 F-15Es were hit and went down, and all 6 crews, pilots, and Wizzos ejected safely. The incident occurred shortly after multiple Iranian drones had penetrated Kuwaiti air defenses, one striking a commercial port and killing 6 American service members. As a result, Kuwaiti air defense officers were on edge when they detected the U.S. Air Force Strike Eagles and vectored one of their Hornets to engage them. Details of what the Strike Eagles saw on their radar warning gear and why they didn't conduct any evasive maneuvers like dispensing flares are unknown right now. It's also unknown why the Kuwaitis didn't know the contacts they detected were Strike Eagles and not Iranian fighters. Another question that immediately emerges is if the Kuwaiti pilot used Sidewinder short-range heat-seeking missiles, why he didn't see he was shooting at Strike Eagles. The only plausible explanation there, assuming he thought he was shooting at Iranian fighters, is that he mistook them for MiG-29s, which have a similar profile. CENTCOM stated...
I'm thinking he definitely mistook them for MiG-29s. The problem I have with this is, how the hell are 3 American fighters not able to evade getting shot down by 1 Kuwaiti Hornet? That's a problem. That's a problem. So we're that incompetent?
An investigation is ongoing. Again, it's good that all the American aviators survived. Some amateur videos emerged after they landed on the ground in Kuwait, one showing locals crowding in on one of the Air Force pilots. They originally think he's Iranian. You can see one of the Kuwaiti locals tug on the lanyard to his seat pan, and he releases it. And then he points to the flag on his flight suit and convinces them that he's an American. And in another video, a local approach...
Hey, bruh. The Kuwaitis was ready to cook, bro. They thought he was an Iranian. I keep telling people think like, oh, the Middle East, they support Iran and America's evil. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't like Iran because Iran conducts terrorists. Iran sponsors and funds the terrorist element that exists in these people's country, which kill hundreds of people, thousands of people even. You're not going to like a country that gives money to the guys trying to blow shit up inside of your country. But they was about to cook, bro. They thought he was Iranian. So guess what? That's probably what the pilot thought. So if the pilot thought they might be Iran MiG-29s, then you get shot down and you go down to the ground, and then the people on the ground think you're Iranian MiG-29s, that story checks out. The people on the ground think they're MiG-29s. They think they're Iranian. The people in the air think that. Right. And it would make sense because people thought that the way you got to understand the way these people think is they think America is just going to launch missiles from ships. They don't know what America's planning to do. No one does. Because, America wants to have the element of surprise. But the good thing is a female pilot was shot down, and she was received with open arms. And I love this. This was beautiful when I saw this. I saw this on Instagram originally.
You're fine? Really? You need something to help you? No problem, you're safe. You're safe. Everything good? No problem. Thank you for helping us. Everything perfect?
شوف يا واحد شوف هذا المسير يا الربع.
It's just so crazy how you get more love in another country than your own country. Bro was like, thank you for helping us. Like, those people really need help. You know what I'm saying? And they know it. They're living in close proximity to some maniacs, right? And they appreciate the help. It's just like Americans, man. We're so comfortable. We're so free. We just say anything. People can get on the internet ignorant as fuck and just say anything. That's why it's best to just do your own information. Kuwait is a dope place. I had a homie who went to Kuwait to sell art in Qatar and Kuwait. I've been to the Middle East. I don't know if y'all been there, but it's a lot of stuff over there that'll shock you. You know what I'm saying? And you definitely got it better over here. That's why a lot of those people want to come over here. Because they like, shit, we just want to be free to do what we want to do. Yeah, Miss Berry, I was worried at first, too. I was like, damn, they're going to chop her head off. But they were like, you're good. But Kuwait, I wasn't worried because I knew it was in Kuwait. Kuwait they've been friends with the United States. One place in the Middle East where you safe if you go there, Kuwait. Another place is the UAE. They might get your ass on training night, though, at the Howard Johnson. I like that Trump is getting rid of the dangerous elements and he doesn't care what people think, which is good. Yeah, 100%. Because if you don't address this shit now, your kids going to have to address this. And you know how our kids are. Our kids are freaking soft as hell. So, Trump has gotten rid of all of the boogeymen that the politicians were using to try to force Americans to go to vote and support things that we don't really like. And the last boogeyman really is Iran. And Trump is getting rid of them. Why the hell are my shoulders hurting? Oh, it's too early for me, guys. Oh, my shoulders are aching. I need to eat. I need to go get me a sandwich. But yeah, so that's what's going on. All the pilots survived. Nobody died. And they'll live to fly another day. I didn't know that females could be pilots, but then again, she got shot down. So. But yeah, Dancing Boys. The Dancing Boys, Baki Bazi and Man Love. Thursday was shocking to find out about. Oh, yeah, Tranny Thursday? Yeah. Did you find out about all that on this channel? Because I'm the one who talks about the Dancing Boys of Afghanistan and Tranny Night at the Howard Johnson, bro. Bro, I was fucking shocked. Okay? I was shocked. I thought they didn't rock like that out there. We looking for a party. They're like, yeah, we know where you could go to the Howard Johnson, the rooftop. They got a party. We get in a party. And I'm like, wow, these girls look like dudes. The dude said, oh man, it's tranny night. I said, what? The one place on earth I never thought I would see transgenders. Tranny night at the Howard Johnson rooftop, dog. Thursday night, dog. Crazy shit. And then you got the little sons of the sheiks and they fruity. The rich dudes, their kids, they walking through the mall like females. Pack of like 10, 12 dudes. And they're wearing the shit. They got the double cobra head wrap going. They got their little, I think it's called a kandura. They got that cracking. And they just walking. And I'm like, what the hell? I just thought they were so against that. I never thought, it was shocking, y'all. It was shocking. I was shocked. I was both shocked and appalled, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Like, I couldn't believe it. And that's what I knew. Like, let's say Islam takes over the whole world. It's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna change shit. It's not gonna change anything at all. What it's gonna do is create an environment where people can arbitrarily decide to kill you over certain things or not. At least in America, it's just permitted. Okay, you could be gay, you could be this, you could be that. What's worse than it just being permitted is for there to be a law that condemns it, but it's enforced arbitrarily. Dang, my camera cleared up big time. I be having blurry moments, but then I have these clear moments. These moments of clarity. But yeah, it'd be absolutely crazy to me. So yeah, I don't want people taking over who engage in arbitrary enforcement of law. It's stupid. So yeah, y'all, good luck with that. But guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna be back later. I'm gonna let Donnie Blitz decide what we're gonna cover this afternoon. But we'll be back later. Maybe I'll start doing a thing where I do like the news and the adult stuff in the morning, and then we have fun at night. Defiant Brandon After Dark. But thank you guys so much for watching this. I appreciate everything you do. What do you guys think about the improvement of the technology I've been using? Significantly less glitching, less lag, all that. We had an issue today, but I think that just had to do with me restarting my internet. But I'm looking at myself on my TV, and I'm looking pretty damn clear. So yeah, that's going to pop up in about 10 seconds. But it looks clear, so I think we're good. So I need to go take this trash out and go get me a sandwich. And you guys, because it's 12, so every day I'm not eating until 12. I might push it. I might just push it at 1. Where's Sticks and Stones? I mean, where's Sucker Season? Sucker Season LA, where you at, man? Let's go get a sandwich. How you doing? Have you guys ever saw the sandwich guy? Tell me you guys have seen the sandwich how you doing guy. That shit's funny. Yeah, how you doing, prosciutto? How you doing? You guys never saw that dude? He's on YouTube. He's funny as hell. How to make a sandwich. Time to make a sandwich Bronx style. Oh yeah, we can watch this. We can have a little fun. I like having fun, guys. You guys know that.
Time to make a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Now we're gonna throw in a few chicken cutlets. How you doing? Now we're gonna throw in some prosciutto. How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing? Now we're throwing some fresh mozzarella. How you doing? Now we're gonna throw on a little arugula. How you doing? Look at this. Some sun-dried peppers from Italy. How you doing? The finishing touch, a little balsamic glaze. G&R Deli, don't forget, this is how it's done. Look at that.
G&R Deli.
Amore.
That's
time to make a sandwich.
Amore. Sandwich. Hey, bro, I gotta eat there, bro. G&R Deli in the Bronx. How you doing?
Time to make a sandwich. And now we're gonna throw some chicken cutlets. Mandy, get the cutlets.
And we got the Tommy cutlets.
Time to make a sandwich.
Wait, hold on.
Time to make a sandwich. And now we're gonna throw some chicken cutlets. Mandy, get the cutlets.
And we got the Tommy cutlets. How you doing?
And now we're throwing the chicken cutlets. How you doing?
Bro is definitely hiring for looks because she was gorgeous.
And now we're gonna throw some fresh mozzarella. Francis, get the mozzarella.
And we got the fresh mutts. How you doing?
And now we're gonna throw on the prosciutto. Nigo, where's the prosciutto?
Now we got the prosciutto. How you doing?
Chicken cutlet and prosciutto. Wow.
And now we're gonna throw on the broccoli rabe. Mandy, where's the
Yeah,
broccoli
Donnie
rabe?
gay as hell.
And now we're gonna throw on the broccoli rabe. How you doing?
And now we're gonna throw on some broccoli rabe. Time to make a sandwich.
How you gonna make a time to make a sandwich? How you doing? I'm gonna eat a sandwich today, bro. Yes. What's up with Marathon Burger? I'm not going over the line too damn long. You know, would you guys believe I still have never ate a Marathon Burger? Shut up, talking about some black belt zaddy brand. What type of fruity shit is that? Yeah, the line is still too long at the Marathon Burger. When I go through to the Marathon Burger, I'm probably going IRL. I've been to like grand openings for the Marathon Burger and still ain't never had a Marathon Burger. I still ain't never had a Marathon Burger. I prefer to eat a sandwich. How you doing? Now get the prosciutto. How you doing? You want to sell Marathon Burgers? Come to the Marathon Burger. How you doing? Hey, but I bet you guys didn't know that Snoop Doggy Dogg's son is one of the major investors in the Marathon Burger Long Beach. They're franchising that joint. That's so gay. I call all the homies that. Bro, you're fruity, dude. You're cooked. How you doing? Anyway. You call Adams daddy, don't you? Damn, look at this big ass thing.
Time to make 2 4-foot sandwich. How you doing?
He's making 2 4-foot sandwich. How you doing?
And now we're gonna make the Italian. First we throw on the mortadella. How you doing? Look at this mortadella. From Italy. Not from Canada, not from China or your sister's ass. From Italy.
He said not from China or your sister's ass.
Throw on some fresh prosciutto from Italy. Come on, look at this prosciutto, bro. Forget about it. Beautiful.
Damn.
Now we throw on some Genoa salami. Now we throw the salami on, my nudge. Now we throw on some sopressata, girls. I know you like the sopressata.
No, this guy's a pervert.
Sopressata.
He turned into a perv.
And of course, you gotta throw the fresh mozzarella. Look at this, come on, bro. Where you gonna get mozzarella like this? Only at Giovanni's Italian Deli. How you doing? Now we throw the fresh mozzarella, my nuts. Bro, come on. Look at this. Come on, take it. And now we're gonna throw on some mescaline, my nuts. I did on purpose to throw it at him, not at the camera. That's it, my nudge. Finishing touch, balsamic glaze. And that's how it's done at Giovanni's Italian Deli. Fresh every day.
This is delicious. It looks amazing. Hey man, looks amazing. Making me hungry. I got about another hour in my fasting window. So who's dead ass American? Me? You talking about me, Sagat? You said I'm dead ass American? Sandwich mozzarella. Hey, dude, man, listen. Today I'm gonna get me a sandwich. I don't even know. Fire. I'm gonna hit up my boy. See if bro wanna go grab the eats. Thank y'all for watching us. We're gonna be back this evening for the after work crowd. Make sure y'all share the content. Share it to people. There might be somebody who wants to hear me talk trash all day. Thank y'all for watching us. I appreciate everything you do. Till the next time. Peace.